Hello YouTube. In this short video, we're going to compare the Sangean wr22 with the Bose Soundlink Mini and an older iHome alarm clock. So I bought the Sangean after a lot of searching online for a high quality radio. I'm not an audiophile, but I do care about good music. And I also really like having a regular alarm clock, so I didn't want to just use my phone. My phone's usually charging in another room at night anyway. So if you'll find if you're looking for a high-end radio alarm clock, at least in 2015, you'll usually come down to the Tivoli radios, which are beautiful but a little feature light and very expensive, and the Sangean radios. So I chose today to compare the Sangean versus the Bose because I have one, and a lot of people know the Bose. So I thought this would be, a strong comparison, so people could kind of go side by side with something they might know. I also added in the iHome to compare a cheaper radio, because of course the Bose can't actually do anything with a radio. It's only a Bluetooth device. So let's start with the looks here. So I would describe the Sangean is kind of a knockoff of the Tivoli radios. You can see size-wise compared to the Bose, it's pretty massive compared to that. It's actually pretty big for a table radio. The walnut finish that I got looks okay in person. It's quite nice, but it's not really furniture quality like the really beautiful solid Tivoli wood cases, which are really nice. I describe the look as kind of a less refined knockoff of the Tivoli radios. It's like they took the design and then just kept adding buttons and buttons and buttons. The buttons light up at night, including the labels, so you can easily find them. I did wish they had tactile difference. They're all kind of the same little button. So you can't really tell what you're going to press unless you're looking at it, which is hard when you're just waking up and groggy. One thing that is nice is that every button is a snooze button, so you just basically hit the radio and it snoozes. You don't have to find the snooze button. The display lights up only the letters, not the whole display. So if you look at the iHome, it lights up the whole display and then the letters are black, where this one it's the opposite, which is nice. So it's not going to really illuminate your whole room at night, which is good. Overall, looks-wise, the WAF factor is pretty low. My wife says that she finds the interface confusing and scary because of all the buttons. So let's go on to the sound. So I'll turn up the radio here and we can listen to this first.
Tuesday at 10 p.m. only on W. The deluxe ocean view is a great option. It's got a gorgeous balcony, a walk-in shower, a mini bar, flat screen TV. The only thing missing is a bed. Yeah. It does have a floor, though.
You wouldn't pay for a hotel room you can't use, so why?
96th Avenue next to Hino Central in Langley.
This year, food banks across the country are expected to provide food to almost 2 million of us in Canada. That's why grocery stores where President's Choice products are sold are working together with Food Banks Canada and your local food bank to help those in
So I live on the side of a mountain with poor radio reception. The radio receiver on the Sangean is much, much better than the iHome. It can actually pick up some stations from across the border, stations that I could never get with the old iHome. I still had to use the external antenna, so the Sangean has a built-in antenna and it comes with an external kind of string antenna, which you can see kind of going off to the right there. One thing that is nice is they use a standard external antenna jack. So you can buy, a third-party crazy antenna if you want to. The iHome just came with a proprietary single cord coming out, which really gives you no options if you want to upgrade it. So difference-wise, the Sangean's bassier. It picks up the bass a lot better, and it sounds a lot less tinny than the iHome. But the big difference I noticed in the radio is just because the reception is so much stronger. I hear a lot less static, which is a lot less irritating to me. So let's move on to digital, where we can take the radio reception issue out of the thing and just go apples to apples. I'm going to use the Arcade Fire's first album because there's a lot of bass guitar, drums, and noise there. You know, these stereos are never really going to play deep enough for something like trap or dubstep to really be satisfying. You're never really going to feel that bass, right? So let's start here. Alright, so that was the iHome. Now let's do the Bose. And now finally this will be the Sangean here. So the iHome, I used to really like that. I thought it sounded really good. But next to the Sangean, the iHome really sounds like crap. It's tinny. There's no bass. It's muddled. You know, it sounds very thin. Now compared to the Bose, it gets a little bit closer. I'd say the Sangean actually sounds a little bit muffled. The bass is a bit muddy. So what I mean is, you know, in this song, you can hear the bass guitar a lot louder on the Sangean, and you can hear the kick drum much clearer on the Bose. So the Bose, I would describe it as having a more natural sound, much clearer. Basically, the Bose sounds better, but it's pretty close. This is really a testament to the quality of the Bose unit. You know, it's tiny and it can outperform the Sangean. And you know, the Bose itself is pretty much on top of any of the portable Bluetooth stereos that you can buy in early 2015 when I'm recording this. Now interestingly, if I was going to describe the Sangean's sound, I would describe it as bass heavy. So I personally love bass, but I've actually left the bass at 0 for this stereo. Because I really like low bass, but I like a crisp mid bass, you know, lighter mid bass. I found that the mid bass on this was overpowering when I was just waking up. So I dialed that back down to just flat bass, and now I'm pretty happy with the way that sounds. Now, just to see how low it could go, I did play Innovate by Author on this stereo, and it could actually make the standing bass note in that song audible at louder listening volumes. So let's say you're looking for something in your office and you like electronic music, it might be a choice for you. So to kind of summarize this, I would really say if you really value the build quality of the Tivoli, get that. But if, like me, you couldn't justify, you know, the hundreds of dollars difference, and think that you want those extra features that the Sangean packs in, so Bluetooth, USB, the sub out, you know, there's a ton of things that they cram into this box, then I would get the Sangean. It's a very good radio. I'm pretty happy with it.